Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is the 1872 Boston Red Stockings National Association Baseball Champions. The National Association of Professional Baseball Players was the first professional baseball league. It was established in 1871, so this was the second season for the National Association, and it's considered Major League Baseball. There was no World Series, no playoffs, no divisions. The first place team was the champion, and the team that finished in first was the Boston Red Stockings in 1872. They played at the South End grounds in Boston, and they had a record of 39-8, winning percentage of .830. Second place team was the Baltimore Canaries, who were 35-19, 7.5 games out of first. Third place, the New York Mutuals, who were 34-20. Fourth place, the Philadelphia Athletics, 30-14. Fifth place, the Troy Haymakers, 15-10. Sixth place, the Brooklyn Atlantics, 9-28. Seventh place, the Cleveland Forest Cities, 6-16. Eighth place, the Middletown Mansfields, 5-19. Ninth place, the Brooklyn Eckfords, 3-26. 10th place, the Washington Olympics, 2-7. And in 11th and last place, the Washington Nationals, who were 0-11. Now, the Boston Red Stockings, eventually they changed their name to the Boston Braves. Then they moved to Milwaukee, became the Milwaukee Braves, and today they are the Atlanta Braves. They're the oldest baseball franchise, going back to actually 1871 when they were formed. In 1872, the National Association had a convention held in early March at the Kennard House in Cleveland to plan the season. I read a fine book. It's called It Happened in Boston: Harry and George Wright's Creation of Professional Baseball, a novel in the year 1872 by Wayne Soiney, 2022. The 1872 Boston Red Stockings lost money. However, they had popular support in the city, and financial backers kept the team going, saved the team, and also saved pro baseball as a result. The 1872 Boston Red Stockings became the oldest continuing pro baseball franchise. The owner of the 1872 Boston Red Stockings was John A. Conkey. Now, the player manager for the Red Stockings was Harry Wright. He was manager and played some outfield. Harry Wright was the Cincinnati Red Stockings player manager in 1869 and the Boston Red Stockings player manager from 1871 to 1875. In 1872, he batted .255 with 53 hits, scored 39 runs, 5 doubles, a triple, 24 RBIs in 48 games. He actually pitched one game, or he had a record of 1-0 and pitched in 7 games, 25 2/3 innings pitched, 4 saves, and a 2.10 ERA. The Cincinnati Red Stockings, who were the first professional baseball team, and in 1869, they captured the imagination of the country. That led to the creation of the National Association. They folded after the 1870 season. And the Boston Baseball Club recruited Harry Wright to become the player manager of their team. The Boston Red Stockings were established on January 20th, 1871. The Cincinnati fans were upset that the Boston name was the Red Stockings. So in 1876, when Cincinnati joined the National League, Harry Wright changed the Boston team name to the Red Caps so that the Cincinnati team could be called the Red Stockings and later the Reds. The Boston Red Sox were an American League team established later. Harry Wright recruited George Wright, Charlie Gould, and Cal McVeigh, Al Spalding, and others to come and play for him and with him in Boston. Harry Wright. Now, the catcher for the Red Stockings was Cal McVeigh. McVeigh batted .321, scored 56 runs, 76 hits, 10 doubles, 3 triples, 41 RBIs, 6 stolen bases, a walk, a strikeout in 46 games. And Cal McVeigh was with the Cincinnati Red Stockings in 1869 And he played for the Boston Red Stockings from 1871 to 1875. Cal McVeigh. Charlie Gould was the first baseman. Gould scored 40 runs, had 54 hits, 9 doubles, 8 triples, 32 RBIs. He batted .255 in 45 games. And Gould was with the Cincinnati Red Stockings in 1869 and the Boston Red Stockings from 1871 to 1872. Charlie Gould. Ross Barnes played second base. Barnes batted .430 with scored 81 runs, 99 hits, 28 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, 44 RBIs, 12 stolen bases in 45 games. Barnes was born in 1850 in Mount Morris, New York. He died in 1915 in Chicago, Illinois at age 64. He had a career batting average of .360, scored 698 runs, and had 346 RBIs. He played amateur baseball from 1866 to 1870 with the Rockford Forest Cities, and pro baseball from 1871 to 1881 with the Boston Red Stockings, Chicago White Stockings, and Cincinnati Reds. He was 3-time National League and National Association and National League batting champion from 1872, 73, and 76. So he led the league in hitting in 1872. 4-time National Association and National League runs scored leader, 1871, 1873, 1875, and 1876. 4-time National League and National Association and National League hits leader, 1872, 1873, 1875, and 1876. 3-time National Association and National League doubles leader, 1872, 1873, and 1876. 2-time National League and National League triples leader, 1873 and 1876. And he was the National Association stolen base leader in 1873. Ross Barnes. George Wright was the shortstop. Wright batted .337 with 86 hits. He scored 87 runs, 16 doubles, 6 triples, 2 home runs, 35 RBIs, 14 stolen bases in 48 games. And Wright was with the Cincinnati Red Stockings in 1869 and the Boston Red Stockings from 1871 to 1875. George Wright. Harry Schaefer played third base. Schaefer batted .288 with 65 hits. He scored 51 runs, 10 doubles, 4 triples, a home run, 35 RBIs in 48 games. Schaefer was born in 1846 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He died in 1935 in Philadelphia at age 88. For his career, he batted .271 with 449 hits and 215 RBIs. He played amateur baseball from 1868 to 1870 with the Philadelphia Athletics, and Major League Baseball from 1871 to 1878 with the Boston Red Stockings and Boston Red Caps. He was a National Association champion in 1872, 73, 74, and 75 with the Red Stockings. National League champion in 1877 and 1878. He was very durable and played every game. For the Red Stockings' first 4 seasons, he won 6 championships in 8 seasons in Major League Baseball. In 1876, in a game, he had 4 outfield assists in one game. That's a record. Harry Schaefer. Freely Rogers was an outfielder. Rogers batted .275 with 56 hits. He scored 39 runs, 7 doubles, a triple, a home run, 28 RBIs in 45 games. Rogers was born in 1850 in Brooklyn, New York, and died in 1881 in New York at age 30. For his career, he batted .276 with 1 home run and 30 RBIs. He played amateur baseball from 1865 to 1870 with the Resolute of Brooklyn and the Star of Brooklyn, and he played Major League Baseball from 1872 to 1873 with the Boston Red Stockings. He led the National Associations in game played for a right fielder in 1872. He committed suicide in 1881. Very tragic. God bless Freely Rogers. Andy Leonard was an outfielder. Leonard batted .349 with 84 hits. He scored 57 runs, 7 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 42 RBIs, 8 stolen bases in 46 games. Leonard was with the Cincinnati Red Stockings in 1869 and the Boston Red Stockings and Boston Red Caps from 1872 to 1878. Andy Leonard. Dave Birdsall was a utility player. He batted .211 with 16 hits. He scored 11 runs, 3 doubles, 15 RBIs in 16 games. Birdsall was born in 1838 in New York, New York, and died in 1896 in Boston, Massachusetts at age 58. For his career, he batted .264 with 66 runs scored and 39 RBIs. He played amateur baseball from 1858 to 1869 with the Metropolitan of New York, Harlem of New York, the Union of Morrisania, and the Washington Nationals. He played Major League Baseball from 1871 to 1873 with the Boston Red Stockings. He was with the 87th New York Volunteer Infantry in the Union Army during the U.S. Civil War from 1861 to 1865. Dave Birdsall. Al Spalding did almost all of the pitching. He was the only starting pitcher. Harry Wright did a little relief pitching. Spalding batted .354 with 84 hits. He scored 60 runs, 12 doubles, 5 triples, 47 RBIs in 48 games. His pitching record was 38-8. He pitched in 48 games, had 48 starts, 4 complete games, 3 strikeouts, 404 and 2/3 innings pitched, and 28 strikeouts, and an ERA of 1.85. Al Spalding was born in 1849 in Byron, Illinois, and died in 1915 in San Diego, California at age 66. For his career, he was .252 and 65, with an ERA of 2.14, 248 strikeouts. As a hitter, he batted .313 with 613 hits and 338 RBIs. Al Spalding was an amateur baseball player from 1866 to 1870 with the Rockford Forest Cities, and he played pro baseball from 1871 to 1878 with the Boston Red Stockings and Chicago White Stockings. He was a Major League Baseball manager from 1876 to 1877 with the Chicago White Stockings. He won 4 National Association championships from 1872 to 1875 and a National League championship in 1876. He was a 6-time MLB wins leader as a pitcher from 1871 to 1876. He's in the Chicago Cubs Hall of Fame. The 19th century Chicago White Stockings became the modern-day Chicago Cubs. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1939. He was a pitcher, manager, and executive in the early years of pro baseball, co-founder of the A.G. Spalding Sporting Goods Company. He set the trend by starting to wear a baseball glove. As he retired as a player, but remained active with the White Stockings as president and part owner. In the 1880s, he took MLB players on the first World Tour of Baseball with William Hulbert. Spalding organized the National League. He also called for the commissioner to find out the origins of baseball, which came up with the mythical founder of Abner Doubleday. He has the highest winning percentage as a pitcher, .796. I'm reading a fine book. The title is A.G. Spalding and the Rise of Baseball, The Promise of American Sport by Peter Levine in 1985. His given name was Albert Goodwill Spalding. So that's a story of the 1872 Boston Red Stockings. They were also baseball's first pro baseball dynasty because this was the first of 4 straight baseball championships. Well, that concludes today's presentation. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.